Greetings and salutations. We are live. Well, we're live, but it won't be live for people listening.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I was going to say the listeners would have heard the first episode.
But it's had an intense countdown. This
I
is
know.
very, very professional, this setup.
I know.
Countdown timer, when to start. Wow.
I get a bit of like nervous
Stage
anxiety.
fright.
Yeah, get a bit of stage
Feels like
fright.
you're about to go out and do your year 6 performance in front of your mum and all her friends.
It was funny because I was actually saying to my client yesterday because she started getting really scared that she had a big deadlift coming up. And I go, you're not scared. You're excited. It runs along the same neural pathway.
But it's so true, though. People get nervousness and excitement confused all the time, but you just have to, I don't know, decipher between the two and realize, well, yeah, I'm just excited about this.
Well, it's funny because I was thinking about like, I got mixed emotions about the Olympics, mixed emotions about the Olympic Games that are on. Half of me, like there are certain events that I look at and I go, I can't believe how these people mentally prepare for these events. Like think about something like diving or like athletics. Like you think like how mentally strong you have to be. And then the other part of me is like, I don't like the Olympics because it's fucking up all the content that I'm watching with my sport that I'm liking. It's all being driven away from that, which is pissing me off for 2 weeks.
My old man was in Europe. Like he just got back, but he was over there shooting in the World Games for clay targets.
Really?
Yeah, he's competes at a pretty high level. And
Your dad's such a mysterious man.
bro, he's just
Your dad's a very mysterious man.
60 years old, frequent heart attacks. I won't give up. Frequent fucking Tinder dates with females half his age. Just an absolute sex pest, and like tries to like rings me and starts to tell me the stories. I'm like, dude, I'll hang up if you keep talking. And he's like, oh no, we'll hang up, done.
That's so funny because my dad is the opposite. Like anytime you start, if you just say anything sexual, he just goes and like he has to like occupy himself somewhere. He won't focus.
Yeah,
he won't
but
talk about it.
that's because your dad is a real dad. Mine's a child. Mine's like a man, like just an older brother, pretty much. But anyway, yeah, he was over there shooting the World Games. One of the blokes that he was shooting with actually shot at the Olympics last night, or maybe the night before.
Really?
And apparently he went out there, missed the first 3 targets in a row, which is just dog shit. I don't know how they scored, but if he missed, obviously bad. And he was saying like it was the worst he's ever seen him shoot. Like it was just terrible. And like it just, I said, why do you think he performed so poorly? The moment must have got to him. Do you know what I mean?
Man, I think like in those specific sports, it's all about getting your heart rate really low. That's all it really is. If you can make decisions when your heart rate, because you've got an elevated heart rate trying to make decisions like shooting, even gymnastics, all these things, it's crazy. But yeah, as I said, I got mixed emotions about the Olympics at the moment. It's giving me the shits quite a bit. There's so many stupid sports in it as well.
Like what?
Like breakdancing.
Wow.
Breakdancing's in the Olympics.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, skateboarding's in the Olympics. I can understand like there's a skill to that, but it doesn't feel like an Olympic sport.
It doesn't feel like an Olympic sport, but it's cool that it is one because it just helps monopolize that industry a bit more and just make it a bit more mainstream and pumps more money into it. And as someone that grew up loving it,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool to see.
I think that they've had to adjust the Olympics because other sports worldwide now have become quite popular, like tennis, the World Cup soccer's become massive. They need to compete with those other sports because it's gone on the back burner a bit.
If you look at the sport, like the age of the competitors in skateboarding at the Olympics, they're as young as like 12.
Really?
It's insane. Like Tony Hawk did a
Because
900.
you skateboard a lot when you were young. I
When I
was clown. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I loved it. And like Tony Hawk did a 900 when he was, I don't know how old he would have been, like late 20s, early 30s or something. There's like 11-year-olds that can do it now. Like it's crazy the progression. Like that is a sport that has progressed significantly.
It is, yeah. The funny thing is I was watching it was like a little YouTube snippet or something on Tony Hawk who was talking about like when he had his first contract with like, was it EA Sports or something when they did Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Oh, yeah.
And he made so much money on that. Like they passed him a piece of paper that said how much money they'll give him and it was in the millions. And he's just like, that's it. Like,
He's made it.
I'm done.
That's like landing that trick, the 900, that made him because he was the big name in sport, the first person to make a 900-degree rotation on a skateboard. Like that's why EA Sports or whoever it was went to him with the contract for the game because he was the one that did it. Like you think about that being
That one moment.
That one moment, the first person, and it took him about 1 million goes to do it, but he did it. But I guess it goes back to what I was saying before about the Olympics, like being under pressure and delivering in those moments when the pressure's at its peak and just having that ability to just take a deep breath, block out the fact that you've been, working for this your entire life. There's thousands of people watching. It's televised, it's lecture online, and just be able to fucking perform.
Well, isn't that how, Dan Bilzerian?
Yeah.
Didn't Dan Bilzerian, didn't he make his name from like a big poker? Didn't he go all in on some poker game and just made big money on that? Isn't that where he made his wealth?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I don't know
hope
if
it's
it's
true. I hope it's true.
But he's been in
It makes me laugh thinking that he had that moment.
Bro, that bloke has made so many cameos in war movies. Like he's in American Sniper. There's another one that he's in. All these
Did he
legendary
have a heart
war movies.
attack as well? Like a couple of years ago, he had a pretty big heart attack.
I feel like he's massively fallen off. Like everyone, I remember everyone used to stay up to date when he'd post photos with like 1 million naked chicks around him.
It catches up to you, man. Like this guy's literally living. Like at some point, he's looking around. He's got all these chicks that do not give a fuck about anything other than his wealth and his status.
Yeah.
And at some moment, he's like, man, like I just need something a little bit. He just wants to fall in love. He just needs something deeper. He just needs something a little bit deeper.
If he had a heart attack, it's probably from the amount of Viagra that he was taking.
He'd be looking around going, which one of you are going to house my child? And none of them give a fuck.
But it's so interesting that like there's so many different paths to go down in life. Like I know people that just have no desire to ever have kids and they're just happy to stay single forever and they're totally okay with that. But personally, I feel a bit more traditional where, I want to obviously do what I want and things I want to achieve, but, having a family and everything, like it just seems like that is a place that you reach at some point in time.
I'm so mixed about that because I want to have children. That's important to me. I want to. But then half of me is like, I'll be out in public and I'll just hear a screaming kid. I go, oh man, that's agony.
Dude, if I think about at the moment,
agony.
Even being in contest prep, like just how annoying my dogs are at the moment, I'm like, I would not be able to do this with kids. I would find it so fucking hard to do with kids. Like, I mean, you'd be able to if you're in that situation, but I'm definitely grateful that I don't have to right now because it would add such a degree of difficulty. And you can't not care. Do you know what I mean? You can't just be like, you can't brush it to the side. Like there's things that need to be addressed. And then if you're not meeting their emotional needs or whatever, like they could become fucked up.
Well, I think with where we're at with our lives, we do have, and I can keep finding ways to keep me busy to stall having children. But like we are at that point in our life now where there's a lot to happen over the next, 24 months or such. And then, the next stage might be having children, but
plant one in there somewhere.
I'm just trying to think about how the hell I'm going to come off my stack.
I'm just
so my balls come back to life,
bro. I'm just praying that I'm one of these guys that can just blast the whole way through and somehow just fire one off that lands.
So many people that I know that got that, and there's other people I know that they've had to come off for years.
Well, there's people that I know that have never even used steroids and they still have to do IVF.
Let alone like
fertility.
I swear I would have 1 or 2 sperm cells.
I reckon my nuts would be huge at the moment. I haven't had sex or had a wank in ages. Like I've just had
that shows you because you got no fats in your diet.
Yeah.
You got no fats, you've got no energy.
It's so funny you say this, right? I've reached that point of contest prep where like people talking about sex or it makes me squeamish.
Really?
It makes me uncomfortable. Like,
You're
I don't want to know.
asexual.
I'm 100% asexual right now. Like it doesn't faze me at all. I don't find anything attractive.
So you don't have that like
that mongrel,
that salivating mongrel.
No, where you can just smell the pheromones coming off yourself. Who wants it? But you don't want to give it.
See, that's the difference. There's that level when you're in the mindset, when you've got that mongrel about you, you don't care eating sweaty ass or clean ass. But when you've got no mongrel, you're like, if I'm going to do all this, I need.
Bro, even the most perfectly scrubbed anus right now that was just like pure just skin that tastes like pink starburst would not interest me. The pink starburst aspect by a little bit.
The pink starburst. Shaved anus or pink starburst?
No, well, if the anus tasted like pink starburst, yes, I may be inclined to have a taste, but
purely for the starburst aspect, not for the
anus. Yeah, not for the fecal matter.
That's how you know you've dipped very much into the deep end.
You're in the deep end. You've got your floaty on, and you are just treading water.
Yeah, man, I don't recall that feeling. I haven't been in that feeling for a while.
Look how thick you are at the moment, though. You're thick as fuck. Like, you would just be ready to just fucking use horn drill.
Oh, yeah, one hit KO. Just one in 5 chance.
Yeah.
1 in 5
You're 5 pp. Only one needs to land.
Man, this is the heaviest I've actually, like, This is the heaviest I've been in probably.
You look massive.
A lot. No, thank you. Coming from
You look massive. I'm jealous. Like I'm seeing this and going, that looks like fun.
I'm looking at myself in this little reflection. I just look like a waterlog.
Bro, that looks like Wheat Bix for breakfast. Like that is Wheat Bix, crumpets, and just a protein shake with macadamia nut oil on the side.
Just everything is, and as we've spoken about on the podcast before, like breaking that barrier with the nutrition. Like I found it, I would always give up at a certain point with food. Like I just go, I don't want, this feels uncomfortable. I don't want to do this. And then I'll just get lean because I feel comfortable getting lean. But I've broken through that barrier.
You have to.
I broke it. And then now what happened was I'm hungry at this level of food that I'm eating and the weight just went up. Like I went on the scales, I was 107 kilos.
Yeah, it's like, there's,
cool.
There's a threshold, 107, beautiful. It's like there's a threshold. It's like you're at the glass ceiling, you're trying to push through, You might spend a couple of weeks there trying to push through, but if you just persist, eventually you get through it and you go, fuck, I'm still in pretty decent shape and I've got more room to move as far as food intake.
Literally, for me, it was always a challenge. I'd get to about 4,500 calories and I'd hold it for a few weeks and then I'd be like, nah, I'm sick of this. Or I just wouldn't feel good. But now, because I got the CPAP as well, that's a big factor.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping properly and I'm digesting well. But I did up my fats. I think my fats were quite low. I always used to run quite high fats in the past, but then I would drop them because I wanted to put more carbs in.
Yeah.
But just my digestion.
I have fats in the off season. It's like as long as you can digest it and you can tolerate it, they're so much more calorically dense and there's so much other benefits. Like our organs, our brain's made out of fat. Like
I just found my digestive system, that's a big factor for me. When I started eating, if I couldn't go to the toilet properly, I always just feel uncomfortable. It was always stopping my appetite or it just wasn't nice. Whereas now, by putting my fats up a bit high, I'm having a lot of fresh olive oil and it's so good. I'm digesting
what do you have
really
it
well. I get 2 of my meals. I just worked out, I don't like rice. I can't eat a lot of rice.
Oh, dude, hack for rice. So what I've been doing lately is been washing my rice.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes a big difference to it.
It comes more fluffy, eh?
What's the shit that's on top of like the husk or there's a word for it. It starts with S, like
starch, not the starch?
Starch.
No, starch, yeah.
Starch. If you wash it, rinse it, get all the starch off it, it makes it so much fluffier and so much easier to digest. Like I started doing that a couple of weeks ago and I've got rice in 2 meals, but it just makes it a bit like that little bit nicer.
See, I like rice when I'm like in a calorie deficit. For some reason, I just like to eat
like any food in a calorie deficit.
Anything. But at the moment, I'm having I boil a kilo of potatoes and then I'll mix it with olive oil, lemon, bit of parsley, salt, pepper, and I make like a mashed potato.
Beautiful.
With no like butter or milk. But I put the olive oil in that, man. It's so fun.
That's the shit I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm not like, oh, I need it, but it'll be nice again to go back into a calorie surplus and be able to like have a bit of variety in the things that you can make and be creative.
In a meal, I get these organic beef sausages, cut them up.
But you take it for granted when you can do it. When you've got the ability to be creative, you're like, oh, fuck it. But now, like the way I make my cream of rice in the morning, dude.
The effort.
I am like a connoisseur.
I remember when you were 150 kilos and you go, bro, I can't think of food anymore. And now I can imagine you like a chef.
Oh,
you're like
dude.
Ratatouille. Have you seen the movie Ratatouille?
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
You're like Ratatouille in the kitchen.
So my process, I measure the rice flour out, add the boiling water, mix it with the whisk thoroughly so it's just all fluffy and nice. Put it in the microwave 2 minutes, pull it out, protein powder, whisk it again, add more water, whisk it again, more water, whisk it again, put it in the microwave for another minute, bring it out, and it's just like, because the more fluid you add to it, the more volume it creates as well. So
it's all an illusion while you're dieting now.
Yeah.
How many weeks are you at now? 4, so 7 we spent.
7 from the first. 7 from the first and 7
and
from
then 8
states.
from the second, isn't it?
And then 8 from nationals.
That's pretty good how you're your comp. The Sydney comp's the last one before the nationals.
Yeah, I don't think I'll have a lot to do that week.
What's the first show? How long's the first state show to nationals? Because if someone competed in that would suck. Trying to hold condition for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, whatever it is.
Well, what is that? There's WA. They'll probably do WA and SA on the same weekend, and then Victoria and Queensland.
Yeah, that's good. Because then for you, it's just holding condition for a week isn't that bad.
I mean, I can't really fuck anything up too badly in a week, surely.
2 weeks? 2 weeks, you can fuck it up. I remember the first comp I did, I was meant to compete 2 weeks later, and I had like 2 meals after the comp, and I blew out like 11 kilos.
Yeah, it's
and
done.
Then I had to I booked tickets, I booked the holiday, I registered for the show, and I couldn't come back from it after like a couple nights of eating.
What did you eat?
Oh man, I was so bad. It wasn't what I ate; it's how many diuretics I took.
Ah,
It was how many diuretics I took and the rebound. And I remember I went to Cheeky Burger. This place was one of those American burger places. So the lag on the water retention 2 days later was so bad. I went every night to the infrared sauna, walking kilometers and kilometers, and it just wouldn't move. And I was like, I'm not getting on stage.
just ankles like stumps.
I wasn't going to get on stage. I looked at myself in the mirror one night and I go, I'm meant to be 7 days out. And I look like I've gone back 14 weeks.
You look in the mirror at that moment and just like the sheer terror and horror that goes with, no,
I said,
I'm not subjecting myself to
this isn't being presented to an audience.
Yeah, no.
No fucking
Smart
way.
decision.
No,
Smart
no, I
decision.
wasn't going to present that.
Speaking about CPAPs, last Friday, I had a massive week, like a humongous week. And I came home and for some reason left the fucking bedroom door open.
Just when you called me in a panic.
Yeah. And I got home Friday night at like 7:30 and Donald the little fucking cunt had chewed my CPAP mask to oblivion, like just absolutely desecrated it. And I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? So I called you to see if you had a spare one. Didn't have one. Fuck. It was the night that there was the massive software breakdown.
That's so nuts how the whole world just shut down for like a day because of
everyone on their stories. Cardless cash.
Yeah,
Great idea.
Everyone's all the criminals.
Yeah.
All the people that launder money were like, oh, this is what cash.
Yeah, exactly.
You could really tell who had a side business on Instagram.
Yeah, who was fine. Fine. And so I Googled where I could get a CPAP mask from at that time on a Friday night. I wasn't liking my chances. Bloom's Chemist in Coogee apparently. Drove down there. The door was shut. Fuck this. There was a price line. I was like, oh, I may as well try the price line that I'm here.
That's how much a CPAP means to you, eh? People don't understand.
Dude, I can't sleep without it.
People don't get it. You went on a whole quest, a side quest.
Dude, I was not going to sleep that night without getting a CPAP from somewhere. Like I was getting one from somewhere, a CPAP mask. And then so Priceline didn't have it. I'm driving past Bloom's again and the door was just like half open. So what the fuck? I could see someone's feet under there. So I literally just pulled over illegally on the side of the road, just stopped my car like on the footpath, ran across. Can I come in? No, you can't come in. I was like, it's a life or death emergency. Guys, like, what is it? And I go, I need a CPAP mask.
and they're looking at me like,
yeah, they're looking at me like, what? I'm like, I'll die if I don't have one. Like I was like, I've got to put the urgency on these cunts because if I don't put any urgency on them, they're not going to care.
They don't give a shit.
And the guy's like, he didn't want to let me in. I go, bro.
Just let me
Are you gonna put me through this? He goes, oh, come in. He goes, what do you need? What's the brand? ResMed. I knew all the answers. And they couldn't process any transactions because there was a software outage. So anyway, long story short, he ended up letting me take it home and come back and pay for it in the next couple of days once everything was up and going.
Did you go back and pay for it?
I just called up and paid over the phone.
Yeah. People don't get it. You know what? There's so many people that I've spoken to that have tried the CPAP and they just give up after 2 nights.
I admit it's hard initially. Initially, it's a bit uncomfortable, but now, like, I'm sure it's the same.
See, I found it difficult. I started with the one that just goes in your nose. I hated that.
Terrible.
That made me feel like even thinking about it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just the pressure in my nose. I feel sick. And then I went to that stupid little hybrid one that just had the little nostril holes.
It doesn't link up. The holes don't link up to the nose.
I'd wake up throughout the night and the fucking air was going everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'd wake up and the app would say that you had like high leak on your air.
Yeah.
I was like, man, fuck. But then the second I wore the full face, it took
The full face is the only one to go.
It just took no time for me to adjust to it. It was instant. Like I just put it on. And every time someone tells me they can't, it doesn't feel right, I go, you just got to give it like time.
You're just so unbelievably weak-minded and stupid and shit
We don't
for
see
not
value
being
in-
able to face any adversity for something way greater than yourself. Like, you don't understand.
Well said.
Bro, I'm evangelical about these things. The CPAP is life-changing. Like, once you notice the difference between not having one for a night and then having one, it is fucking life-changing. You go from feeling like you're redlining 24/7 and just constantly about to die to feeling, oh my God, I actually feel rejuvenated from that sleep. That sleep actually did something. I don't feel like I'm waking up at the altitude of Mount Everest with socks shoved down my throat.
Man, I'm telling you, when I first started, like, I didn't realize I snored. Like, I just didn't even realize until Danny, who my partner is very much into her sleep. She's very sleep orientated. She always want to get good quality sleep. She would just wake up throughout the night and she couldn't cope. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you sound like you're dying.
Yeah.
So she would always go in the other room throughout the night.
Has your sleep, oh, sorry, continue, sorry.
No, she would just leave and go in the other room. And then I got used to that. And then I got the CPAP and then she came back in the room. But then I also got used to sleeping in the bed on my own. So then I'm like, all right, this is just better for the both of us that we just like we have separate sleeping rooms, which is just so much. At the start, it's a bit like, what is this? But now I'm the biggest advocate of like good sleep because I look at all these couples that sleep in the same bed, wake up in the morning, they fucking they hate each other because there's movement, they're waking up, they're in and out, and they say, oh yeah, but you know, we love each other. That's like, well, sleep is also pretty important. And it did take a while to adjust to it, but now I'm like, I could never go back to sleeping in the bed with anyone else.
Yeah, wow.
I just could not. Like the thought of it now.
I mean, it's unconventional, but logically it makes sense.
Well, I've been speaking to a lot of sleep therapists about it. Like there's a lot of, like my psychologist that I see, she was talking to me about sleep and she's like, this is such a thing that's happening now where, you know, people are not getting enough sleep and they're taking it out on each other and they're starting the day off on a poor note. They're going to work under-rested. They're not exercising properly. But it all comes back down to how rested they are. Whereas if they look after themselves, you're better in your relationship.
100%.
Like you really are.
Think of a day when you're in a bad mood, how you show up in your relationship versus when everything's going well and you're relaxed and you feel good. Like it's two completely different people.
It is unconventional. But you know, the thing is, every now and then, like, let's just say we're traveling, like I'm going to Melbourne this week or we go on a holiday, like we'll sleep in the same bed there.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Like it's good. But like when you're at home, plus we've got different sleeping times. Like I'll go to bed at midnight, 1 a.m., 12 to 1. She'll go to bed like 10. Like nothing's worse than me tiptoeing in a bedroom at like fucking 1 a.m. and then she's like, oh, fuck, why'd you get in here so late? Blah, blah. Before you know it.
Man, I swear my Ange times are fucked. Like I'll go to bed as early as possible. Like last night I went to bed at 20 to 7. And she'll go to bed.
Summer, the sun's still up. Like it's still.
Yeah, I know. But I wouldn't be doing that normally. But because I want to go
time.
I just want to go to sleep now.
Yeah,
I just feel like there's no point staying awake. I'm just.
What time does she sleep? She likes to stay up a bit, doesn't she?
Yeah, she'll go to bed at like 11, 11:30, something like that. Then I'm getting up like a couple of hours after that.
Fuck. Yeah, because you get, what time do you wake up? 3?
Just whenever my body wakes me up. But the thing is, from now on, I'm just, from the rest of this prep, I'm just making sure that I'm stay in bed for a full 8 hours. Like I don't care if that means I'm a bit later in the day or whatever. I don't care. But as long as my CPAP says I've slept for 8 hours, that's what I'm going to focus on.
That extra bit of sleep is going to be more important than, you know, the extra bit of cardio you want to do.
Well, especially now as the body fat comes down and like managing fatigue becomes more important. Managing fatigue is probably one of the most important things for me at the moment. So if I can ensure that I'm getting like an optimal 8 hours of sleep a night, it's just going to make fatigue management a lot easier and bring a lot more of a fresh physique and my ability to burn fat and recoverability.
But you're not training, like the thing is, when I look at people in prep, they're training like down scales and they kind of adjust their training to their prep. But your training goes the other way. Your training gets harder. Like you push yourself because you're not someone that's going to go to the gym and go do less than you did the week before.
No.
Unless the only thing that you'll probably do, I'm guessing, is you'll change an exercise or change the expectations of an exercise.
Yeah.
But week to week, you're going in to probably challenge and beat.
I want to challenge. You know what I mean?
But then your body fat and energy levels are being adjusted every week. So sleep is something you fucking need.
Yeah.
Because you're squatting 7 plates on the Smith.
6, yeah.
6 plates still.
Yeah.
You're probably going to deadlift 7 plates.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking weight at your body fat.
Yeah, it is a lot. And I'm definitely due for deload at the moment. I'll probably deload next week.
What does a deload look like for you? Because you get them kind of, your coach looks after them. So what does he usually prescribe for
So
deload?
it just depends on how I'm feeling at that point in time. So if I want to speed it up, I can just do 3 full days off. Or if I'm willing to go in and go through the movements, just back everything off to about 60, 70%.
Do you find that harder than taking the day off?
Yeah, I prefer to just take the day off. I prefer to just take the time off because it just feels gay.
Because when something feels easy, you just want to go harder.
Yeah, just, this is pointless. But purely for the fat burning aspect, I'll probably go in and just do everything at 60 or 70% just because like weight training is essentially cardio under load. It's going to utilize calories. It's going to use my muscle. I want to be more active at the moment as opposed to inactive. Inactivity would just feel stupid unless I really needed the rest. But I still have programmed rest days anyway. So
my thoughts around deloads have changed because I prescribe a lot for my clients. I've got heaps of clients that I give deloads to. And then when I give them, I just tell them to go in the gym, do this certain weight for this many reps, whatever. And then I deload myself and I'm like, man, I'd rather just not even. I'm probably just better off not training. Like
In the off season, bro, I'd rather just have the couple of days off.
yeah, I'm like I had a day off last week. I had to take that day off, but then the next day I felt so good in the gym. I felt great. I'm like, fuck, just having the day off is
It makes such a difference, doesn't it?
way more.
It makes such a difference.
Even just having the day off and going for a walk and just having a day to yourself, just having the time. How much time does the gym actually absorb in your day?
It's crazy.
Like, let's just say the days you're not training, how much time do you feel like you've got? You feel like the day's never
I
ending.
feel like it's a mufti day at school. I've got to take a $1
Mufti day.
coin donation. I can wear whatever I want. It just feels
There's
as good
always
as
that one kid on mufti days that would come in his school uniform.
poor bastard.
And
Yeah,
you're
it was
like,
me.
Was it? Oh, it was always the non-English speaking kid.
Yeah,
It was
you know what
always-
mufti day was.
Oh, the poor bloke. And then everyone would be like, oh, even more awkward was everyone's in a school uniform and the one person comes in mufti. There's always that one person and you're just like,
Or the person that wears mufti day but doesn't bring their gold coin donation.
oh. So it's like they haven't earned the right
Yeah,
to wear their own clothes.
Yeah.
The worst thing was I actually like having a uniform. I just find it, I don't know, I just find it like it's easy.
It eliminates the decision.
Something, even just like a branded shirt or something that I wear. Like I like that. I like having that. Whereas when I went from school to uni was just mufti day all the fucking time. I hated it. I hated it because everyone, when you go to uni, it's like everyone's judging what everyone's wearing. Some people were just like really tried really hard. Other people just didn't give a shit. And then I remember the first day of uni, we had to do, this was so bad. I was so insecure about just bodybuilding. Like, it was just a body dysmorphia. So like I never wanted to fucking take my shirt off, like ever. This is early on me. I was training really hard, but I hadn't competed yet. And I remember my first day of uni, we're in physio, we started doing the upper limb. So the shoulder and the chest area. And like, all right, everybody disrobe. We're going to be going around. Disrobe. And we had to perform manual therapy movements. We're learning about like anatomy of the shoulder. And I'm like, I'm in no physical shape for this. I'm not going to disrobe this.
Could have told me 4 weeks ago. I could have started dying.
There's girls everywhere. There's girls everywhere in this room. And I'm thinking, fuck, their first look at me is going to be me just
No shirt on.
no shirt on.
Man, I don't reckon you'd be allowed to do that now.
It was horrendous. It was so bad. So just had no shirt. The girls had to drape, as we say, with the towel and stuff. And I was just sitting there going, I'm not tanned. I'm fucking pasty as shit. I'm hairy and I'm out of shape. And I never forget that moment.
Yeah. And I had a Macca's breakfast this
It
morning.
was a terrible moment.
This is a disaster.
All I remember though, there was this one dude who had a massive foot fetish. Massive foot fetish.
How did you discover that?
Because he said to me, he goes, bro, I can't wait for us to start doing the lower limb. And I go, why? He goes, bro, I just need to see the feet. I'm like, okay. Like this guy's a physio, he's a physio student.
He's going to specialize in podiatry.
He loves it. So he was just literally waiting for semester 2 where we did the lower limb and he was just hanging for it. And he was just partnered up with I was hoping he got partnered up with a dude just to look at his feet.
The culmination of all his efforts, that one moment of glory. Don't freak out under pressure. This is your moment. Don't miss the shot. This is your gold medal opportunity.
That's
right
right
here.
Just look at those toes.
Yeah, just
yuck.
fucking stick your fingers in between them.
Now that was just one of the, and even school swimming, I hated that as well. I just hated it. I hate any time I take my shirt off.
Yeah, it's weird. I hate any time I have to take my shirt off now.
Yeah, I know. Even though you look like fucking the way you do, you're always covered up. But I get
Yeah.
it. I get that psychology.
Yeah.
Some people just don't get it.
But it just brings so much attention to you.
Like some of those random gym goers that are just like, bro, what? If I look like you, I'd have my shirt off all the time. You're like, that's why you don't look like.
Yeah.
It's
No, you wouldn't. Yeah.
First of all, you're never going to look like me. Second of all, you wouldn't do that.
I love the Arnold quote. It's pretty old school. Everyone probably has heard it before, but I don't know. It came across at some point. Someone was saying, yuck, I'd never want to look like that. And he's like, oh, don't worry. You never will. And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's a good
it's
yeah.
so badass.
It's
the
so-
perfect comeback.
There's just so many people out there that the first thing is they'll just say, oh yeah, I don't want to look like that. It's like, well, you couldn't if you tried.
You are in no danger of ever.
It's like we'll talk about before in the car, like someone like Michael Lockett, that bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Any of our listeners, just Google Michael Lockett. I swear this guy had, was it the myostatin deficiency? Is that even a thing? Myostatin deficiency?
I don't know if you can be, well, I mean, you might not have no myostatin, but you might have lower levels of myostatin.
Myostatin's a muscle inhibitor, isn't it?
It prevents you from building too much muscle. It's like those Belgian blue cows.
Yeah.
They're very, very low in myostatin. That's why they get so muscular.
Because that's almost because if you didn't have myostatin, you would just continually build muscle.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And they did a test on all the bodybuilders in the 80s or 90s to see who had the lowest myostatin, and the lowest was Flex Wheeler. apparently he could just build muscle easier than everyone else.
That makes so much sense.
Because apparently he was just a lazy cunt. He didn't train that hard. That's what everyone says.
No, I've got his DVDs. I loved Flex Wheeler's DVDs. And I watched all of them. And then throughout the whole time, I'll go, he actually didn't train hard in any of these sessions. He was just laughing with his training partners. And there was a couple of scenes where he was just perving on girls. he did. There was a scene where he was like leaning up against like a lap pull or something, just chatting to some chick. And then Charles Glass like, Flex, come on, it's your set. And it's just like, he's not even training.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like Dorian Yates,
just got a billion % myostatin, just working his ass off.
I reckon he had so much myostatin, but he refused to accept it.
Yeah, just outworked the myostatin.
So, like, in saying that, so Flex Wheeler had the lowest. That's crazy. Just thinking about that. Who do you reckon's got the lowest myostatin currently of pro bodybuilders? Who's someone that would you reckon just builds muscle without doing shit?
It's got to be someone black.
They all work pretty hard. Yeah, they have to. It's like they just hold more muscle.
That Rubiel dude, Nexzilla.
Have you seen how he trains?
No.
It's terrible.
Bro, that guy seems like a fucking retard.
He looks pretty cooked.
He there was a thing about him at the moment.
That he was forced to do the Dubai Pro
so
or
he
something?
came out and said his sponsor forced him to compete. And I was like, are you stupid? Like, they're paying you money and you're saying they're forcing you to compete. And then he came out and tried to retract the statement, but people have got screenshots of it and shit. He just dumbass.
I actually think, I know his physique's not the most aesthetic physique, but every time I see him come up, I go, it's outrageous.
It is outrageous.
It is and everyone will try and slam it. And I listen to a few other podcasts where they're like, it's not this, it's not symmetrical, it's not whatever. But I look at it and I go, I don't give a shit what you think. That is a crazy.
His side tricep is amazing.
It's probably one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He
just seems like a bitch though, like in terms of like his ability to dial it in.
Yeah. It's like that, was that Hassan?
I think Hassan Mustafa just can't. I just think Rubiel's a bit of a bitch. I don't know, but that's the impression that I get.
Watch his training. It's very like it'll just be like lap pull down.
You'd be like, of course he's myostatin deficient. Otherwise, this would not be possible.
No, there's no intensity training. Like it's just like lap pull down, seated row. Like it's nothing.
Yeah,
it's nothing that would warrant.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, Rubiel would be up there. Who do you reckon's got the most myostatin right now in the IFBB all the competitors? Who's the dude you reckon just works so fucking? It has to be some like redneck white bodybuilder.
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of the shows that have been on recently.
There's a guy that you send me sometimes. He's got a beard. He's a pretty jacked. It's not John Jewett. No, not him. There's another guy.
Maybe John Jewett.
Yeah, he's got a good physique. But you can tell he works fucking hard.
He's a scientist, bro. He's taking the spreadsheet approach. Everything's just documented and tracked.
He looks like he trains hard.
He does, and he trains intelligently.
I like dudes that know that they don't have they just got to work harder. They're like, if I'm gonna step on stage with these genetic freaks.
That to me seems so much more rewarding than just being one of the myostatin deficient fucks that just looks at a weight and grows. Like, I much prefer the John Jewett style where they've analyzed everything. They've looked at what's most effective, and then they've just gone hell for leather with that approach.
Well, I reckon that the perfect synergy of my work ethic and low myostatin would have been Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
I feel like he was always going to be big. But
he might not have had the smartest approach, but he put the most effort in.
And that's what I always commend the people that put the effort in. Because effort's fucking, like on the days when you go to the gym, sometimes in my program I'll have T-bar rows. And I'm like, I don't feel like doing a T-bar row today. But it's like, is the lap pull out, like doing what's in the program, like getting up, picking that fucking weight up and doing it properly, that's going to yield results for that program. He's just someone that I feel like just always just went hard on everything. He did all the exercises that you couldn't be fucked doing.
Just rocked up to the gym listening to Tupac in 40 to 45 degree heat in Texas and just did barbell rows.
His whole program that I watch, I go, most people can't be fucked to do one of those exercises.
Dude, that many compounds, my lower back just screams. I got CNS fatigue just looking at these sessions.
One of his programs was he deadlifted to a 2RM, like that hard, and then he went straight into 5-plate bent rows and then finished with 13-plate T-bar rows.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And everyone's like, Ronnie Coleman's back. It's like, well, his program wasn't the fucking smartest. Like,
yeah.
Like,
but everyone says it was the surgeries that got him.
Well, that's what people have been saying that he was in, like, he it wasn't him and his training. He got away with that, but it was the surgeries. Like, of course, he injured himself training, but it was the surgeries where they kept botching them.
Yeah.
So he had plates and rods and all that put in, and the hardware failed, and then
Man, it's just a shame because if you can avoid being cut open,
it's not.
That's like the ultimate last resort.
Once, yeah, and you know what the thing is? In today's day and age, I feel like a lot of the surgeries that we saw 10, 15 years ago, they're not actually happening anymore.
They're obsolete.
Orthopedic surgeries don't happen at the rate they used to. Like, there are so many injuries now that I look at, and they don't even bother going under the knife. Like, I actually look at, well, in the last couple of weeks, I've had 2 clients where I've stopped them getting surgery. I've rehabbed them and given them a way out of it. They may need surgery down the track, but the longer you can, avoid it, the better. We don't, you don't need.
The knowledge is there now. The science is there to support that you can heal yourself with the correct practice. It's like when I've had people message me, "Hey bro, I got tennis elbow," and I say, "Cool. Have you seen a physio?" They say, "Yeah, they gave me some exercises, but didn't work." I go, "Did you do it every day consistently for an extended period of time?" They go, "No." I'm like, "Well, there you go."
That's the thing. Most of the time now,
yeah, the exercises might feel gay and pointless or whatever, but it's not once that's going to alleviate the issue or heal or rectify the issue. It is cumulative benefits over an extended period of time. It needs to be done consistently.
Man, I screen when I get a client now book in with me, I screen them. They message, I get them on a call, 5-minute call, and I can quickly understand whether this person's going to actually do the work or waste my time.
Yeah.
And the ones that waste my time, I refer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here because I'm going to give this person work. Yeah. And they got to fucking do the work. It's not easy.
And they're just going to complain to you saying it didn't work for them. But it's like, well, nothing works unless you do.
I've got no desire to work with anyone that is a burden that doesn't do the work.
Yeah.
If they do the work and it doesn't work, well, then we can.
Okay, fair play.
Yeah, but yet to have that. Every time someone does the fucking work, they get the result. So poor Ronnie in his spine. Phil Heath was another one. I find that like he I found he trained pretty hard.
He trained pretty hard.
I found he trained hard. I feel like he copped a bit of a. People just hated Phil.
He just had a different approach.
He had fucking phenomenal genetics, but he still had weaknesses in his physique. Like when he was remember when he was coming up, they said his back wasn't as.
Oh yeah, but he rectified that.
Yeah, became one of the best backs ever.
Yeah.
Him in the Arnold Classic 09, 2010, they were my two.
Yeah, so sick.
Two of my favorite looks ever.
That backdrop at that Arnold Classic was awesome. It had like the streamers in the background that made it seem like it was a waterfall running down or something. You know the one?
In 2009.
Oh, maybe it was 2000. I don't know.
That era, like 09 to 2011.
The Muscle Tech era.
Was so fucking good.
The Muscle Tech era, and Muscle Tech had all the big contracts with all the top guys.
That was so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's the time where no matter what was in those supplements, you just took them because you saw Branch Warren take them.
Exactly. It was in the magazine. Get it.
I just walked into a supplement
Tastes
shop.
like shit. Get it.
Every single one of those supplements gave me diarrhea, but I just continually had them.
They got you big.
Every time I had one of those shakes, I just spray my ass and like I'm gonna look like
I'm gonna get the most muscular and just shit yourself.
I'm gonna look like fucking Kai Green, Muscle Meds, Carnivore. Like what was that supplement?
Bro.
Was it just powdered meat?
Beef protein isolate. Yeah.
There's so many fucking strange supplements back in the day.
Yeah.
Everything was just non-trialed and tested.
Yeah, well, it's come a long way now because consumers are a lot more educated in what they want and what they expect from a product.
Look at your product. Like I had pump juice before when I trained, and I just stirred it in a glass of water. It just dissolved beautifully.
Yeah.
Whereas
the technology's come a long way. The manufacturing facilities have improved a lot, but like I said, the education, like there are still products in the market which might use proprietary blends or which might do things maximizing the flavor, might just be full of caffeine, not necessarily have anything to improve your workout. And there's still people out there that buy that shit. But the way I see the industry going is the consumer is going to become more and more and more educated, which is why I put the formulas together that I do, because they're formulas that do cater to an educated individual that will pick them up and go, oh, wow, you've got 4 trademarked ingredients and you've got clinical dosages of X, Y, and Z, and it tastes good. It just, and also too, like I want to use these products myself.
Yeah, man.
So I want it to be legitimately good. And further to that, I see my products as an extension of myself. If I'm willing to put shit out there, that must mean I think I'm shit, but I don't think I'm shit.
And you don't want to backtrack as well, like rectifying a supplement down the track.
No.
You'd rather just do it once, do it right, get the
come out with
right.
a heavy hitter. Just make a really, really, really good unique cutting edge product that decimates everything else in the category.
People just ask so many questions these days. The consumers are very educated now. They have a lot of access, like with social media. They can actually find your page. They can leave comments, reviews.
Yeah.
20 years ago, it's just like you walk in a shop, you couldn't put a face to any of the brands. You just took what you get.
It's like that GNC meme. Do you ever see that GNC meme?
Which one?
It's like this fat, short lady, and she's holding up a tub of protein to this guy, and she goes, "This is the best protein. Trust me, I'm the manager."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that meme.
I loved GNC. How good was GNC back in like when you started bodybuilding? That was the only
So
shop.
funny. I was reaching out.
Are they
like,
still around?
well, I was just about to say I was dealing with a new account at the moment, and I was chatting to him, and I said, "No worries, send me your email address." And his store's got a new name, but the email address was GNC at, so he must have rebranded
Oh,
from being a GNC. It's not in Australia anymore.
all done.
Yeah, massive in the US, huge chain in the US, but not in Australia.
Fuck, GNC was like the original.
GNC, you just walk in there, it was every American product.
Everything was GNC, and then I found ASN came after that.
Yeah, probably.
I think ASN because I remember I used to go to GNC, then I went to ASN, but it was yeah.
The big chains in Australia now is like
Yeah, what are the biggest chains?
So the big corporate stores would be Elite Supplements. There's about 100 of those now. I think they opened their 100th store last week, and we supply all of them. There's Nutrition Warehouse, which are over 100. ASN is still around. I believe their store numbers have dropped off a bit from what they once were. They used to be an absolute powerhouse, but I think they've lost a bit of market share for whatever reason. Mass used to be big back in the day, but Mass
that was massive. Yeah,
it's obliterated now. And then
obliterated.
Supplement Mart, who are really strong over on the West Coast, but they've started to make their way over here. I think that's probably the main guys, the main big corporates like chains.
And do you find with those, are they like strategically positioned in areas that get high volume of people? Because
Elite do all their stores in shopping centers.
That makes sense.
They do, if you know, like not all of them can be that, but if they're trying, like usually what you'll see is there's a Woolworths or a Coles, there'll be an Elite right near it. Most of the Elites, they're in really good locations.
Because mainly now, because everything you can buy online. So if someone's going to have a shop, it's more or less just for like you want to have lots of people going through it to justify it being there. You need to have an actual face-to-face shop.
Yeah. Well, some people, I mean, a lot of it is online, but some people do still want that in-store experience.
I love walking into a shop. I don't know what it is. Like even like Danny yells at me. She goes, "Why don't you just do Coles online?" I go, "You don't understand. I like going to the shop. I like selecting my produce. It's a routine. I prefer. I like that. That's nice. Like when I go to a shop, I want to hold things, I want to read things.
Yeah, you don't want your rock melon to shop. It's just been fucking pegged at the floor at your doorstep.
I don't need some cunt's ball sack on his fucking Vespa coming out of my house. It's like when someone orders Uber Eats. I go, seriously, like you could have made that in 10 minutes at home. Meanwhile, it's been marinated next to this dude's fucking ass cheek.
Uber Eats is the worst, bro.
I still can't believe people like. It costs like $72 for an Ogalo burger.
And it shows up and it just looks like, it's been sat on.
Some guy's literally, he stinks and he's bringing your food to you. I would be immediately, I'm like, yuck.
And they can never figure out how to get it directly to your front door.
Terrible. I very rarely order it. If I have it, it'll be in like a group setting, but I just prefer to just
make it at home.
Just make your own fucking food. It's cheaper. It tastes better.
Yeah, just like that. Like I was saying earlier, I'm looking forward to that after the show with Angelica. Is like having nights at home where let's make this tonight and we work on it as a team and do it as a fun thing in the kitchen. Like that's the sort of shit that I miss. It's not necessarily the food, but it's just more the bonding experience.
Factory prep.
I know.
Halfway through that sentence, you're just like, fuck.
I know, bro. I know exactly where I am right now. But it doesn't, like, the thing is, right?
You just knew where you were at.
I'm so aware of it.
You just have to finish that sentence.
I'm so aware of where I am, but I don't give a fuck because it's just like,
if you weren't here, I'd be concerned.
So would I.
You need to be in this state where it gets really deep, it gets really emotional.
Yeah.
You need to be here.
I'm a zombie, bro.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking zombie. But my food's about to get pushed up because I've got 7 weeks to go and I'm pretty fucking lean. So I don't know. I don't care. I mean, I feel weird about that, the food going up and the steps being so minimal.
Yeah, I think that's psychological. If you didn't have a coach that you trusted, I
trust Dean, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to just like anything that I could potentially be nervous about. All I do is look at the evidence, and the evidence is I've followed the plan and I'm the best I've ever been. So
just psychologically, because most of the time coming into a prep, the food
I should be eating bassa and asparagus with some 2 chili flakes on it. Yeah.
You're at that point now where if you did do your own prep or had the wrong advice,
I'd kill myself.
you'd suffer now. Like you're not doing that many steps. Like cardio, your body's-
9,000 steps.
I mean, in the past, you probably
4,500 calories.
you probably did 9,000 steps just walking in the morning.
Bro, I was doing 30,000 last prep.
Fuck me, that's a lot.
30,000. So yeah,
I can't speak. I did that as well. I just walked
30,000 and fucking like I don't even know what the calories were, but it would have been less than half of what I'm having now.
I laughed during that last prep. I just remember in between the two shows you're doing, you were just like, I'm just going to eat less, do more, and lift heavier. And I'm like,
sounds good.
it sounds great. You're like, I'm going to do a PB on the hack squat. All I remember seeing was reds on the hack squat. And all I remember seeing was your cheeks had sunken into your teeth. And I'm like, God, please just don't. I want no injuries here. I was like, I can't.
Miracle that I made it through that.
I was just, every set you did, I was like, I just need him to get through this.
But you know what? So much learning came from that last prep. Like, yeah, I fucked it bad. I mean, look.
I don't think you fucked it. I think you saw how far you could push your body. Like,
Well,
now,
yeah, but
is this prep easier than last prep?
I don't know. It feels hard. It feels hard, but it's definitely easier. But because what I was doing last time was absolutely psychotic. But you only like you just I don't know. Whatever's required will get done, and it just feels as hard as it needs. It just feels as hard as possible. But if more was required, you'd find a way to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot last time in that missed out on the result that I wanted by 1 point, being the pro card. It's still won the overall, but having that experience has led me to where I am, and I've learned what I have, and I've implemented what I've learned, and now I feel ready in every level, on every sense. So like. I feel ready physically. I feel ready mentally. I feel just 100% prepared.
This all happens for a reason.
It all happens for a reason, and it's made me better.
No, it's good.
It's made me better.
It's gonna be exciting. Yeah, I was just saying, I can't wait. It's still 7 weeks. So I'm like, fuck. It still feels like ages away.
Feels like fucking forever, but it's good. I'm enjoying it.
Should we answer some questions?
Yeah. How much longer we got?
You got like 15 minutes. Got a few questions. I always get people just love asking me stupid questions. So they just try and get a reaction out of me. I get some dumbass ones. All right, let's start off with, here's a fantastic one. Please run through your experience of copying a rim job.
Well, let's.
It's a great question.
I mean, I've had rim jobs before, but I can't think of I can't recall the exact last
in the context
time.
of.
But this is the question that needs to be answered. What position were you in to receive the rim job? Was it more laying on your back, pulling your ankle, like pulling your legs up, or was it on all fours,
looking back?
Yeah,
I think both are extremely feminine positions.
so emasculating.
They're so emasculating, and I feel like you put yourself in a very vulnerable position that if you're going to do it with a person, they can't judge you.
But the thing about getting a rim job is like, it's not even about the enjoyment of it. It's just about knowing you can get them to do it.
Well, that's the thing.
Like,
that's the thing. Is this chick filthy enough to do the rim job?
Yeah, it's not like, oh, I'm enjoying having my asshole.
Because no chick in their right mind be like, I want to lick your ass.
No, never.
No way.
They're doing it
This
just to satisfy you. Like,
yeah, it's not like
yes, my king, I will lick your rim.
Yeah, because it's like as dudes, yeah. As dudes, we're like, yeah, I want to eat her ass. They're very like,
but when you're like, I'm obviously a bit squeamish around this topic at the moment. But normally I'd be straight for the asshole, like diving for it.
It's like a bullseye,
and it's not doing anything for anyone really. Like,
no, it's not satisfying anyone's needs.
No.
Like, you just got a mouthful of ass, and they're like, this doesn't feel as good. Just go somewhere else.
Yeah,
but
it's just the depravity of it.
Look, I don't want to run through any specific rim jobbing experiences, but I think that answers.
I think we've discussed it.
I think we've discussed the question.
We've glazed over it.
Yeah.
Maybe I've given a bit more information away than I should have, but you know what? The question was asked. We said we would answer anything.
We would answer everything, yep.
I answered it.
Yeah.
I took one for the team, so next time it's up to you.
You did.
All right. Oh, fuck. Here we go.
What do you got?
Something that I'm not going to be able to help with. How do you navigate a relationship where you're a bodybuilder and partner isn't interested in gym?
Fuck.
Just the way that question was asked. Listen, mate, in all seriousness, like I'd love to say just dump her. I'd love to say, are you going to marry her? And you're probably not, so just fucking leave her anyway. That's as soon as someone starts bitching to me about their missus, I just say, are you going to marry her? And they go, no, then just break up with her.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in bitching about your missus. Like, I will never talk shit about my partner to anyone. Like,
it's just more about you if you talk shit.
And
about
also
that.
too, I respect them. I respect her. She's my teammate. She's my best friend. Like, she's got my back no matter what. What, you think I'm going to talk shit about her to anyone? No chance. No chance. That's my fucking life partner. Do you know what I mean? But she's not into the gym. She's not into the gym at all. But that's good because she has things that she can do and I have things that I can do, and then we can come together because fuck being with your partner 24/7.
Nah, man.
Love her to death, but she doesn't want to be with me 24/7.
No
I don't want to be
way.
with her 24/7. We both have separate interests. Like even yourself and Danny, you go to the gym at different times. Like you don't train together.
No way. We'll kill each other if we train together.
Yeah.
We have moments we do little things, but like, fuck, man, if we train together, we just end up brawling.
And you like, they're allowed to do things without you. You're allowed to do things without them. If you don't have that in your relationship, you're probably in a pretty unhealthy relationship.
Yeah.
If you need to be connected at the hip 24/7 for whatever reason, there is some psychological issues being presented somewhere along the lines.
I feel that if the gym is the problem, I feel like there's a bigger problem than the training. If they don't like the training,
Yeah, it's probably massive amounts of insecurity.
Yeah. I feel like there's something needs to be uncovered, not just about the gym.
And we're not relationship experts, but I mean,
By no means we're relationship experts.
I know one thing that helps for me is just having clear communication. Like at the
We're
moment,
sitting here like Dr. Phil.
I know.
Well, we've had some tumultuous relationships.
I know. Yeah, but you have to slay a few dragons to get the princess.
Correct. Yes.
And I mean, I'm sorry to all those girls that I just
So
fucked
you
their
just fucked
lives.
dragons.
Yeah, I fucked all their lives so that I could get to where I am now and actually treat one girl correctly.
They're all probably looking like, you know what? Fuck. She's the luckier. She's getting treated nicely. Why did
I
he
saw
have
the
to?
funniest meme on Hoodville this morning.
Hoodville is the best Instagram
It was
page.
like, I don't wish my ex all the best because she had it and she lost it
Oh.
or something like that.
I love Hoodville.
Yeah, but I think the answer is just clear communication. Like even at the moment during contest prep, like I have no emotion, I have no affection to give. I give Angelica a cuddle and a kiss every morning, and that's the maximum I can offer at the moment. But the thing is, I have the conversation with her. I say, look, please don't think that I don't love you. I love you more than anything, but I just don't have this in me right now. And she's like, I know. She's like, I know you love me. I know it's all good. She's like, I want you to do this. I want you to do your best.
That's good.
And she gets it. So it's just having communication. Doesn't make it, probably doesn't make it easier for her, but I do feel better about being able to have the conversation with her rather than just left it unspoken and just,
Way better.
people start making up stories in their heads.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, cool. All right,
Yeah, cool.
we're being kicked out. We started talking about too much gay shit in
Yeah,
relationships.
we've been removed because we're talking about rim jobs.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. What do we need to say, Paul?
That's it. Wrap it up. I'll have this episode up in a week or two.
This episode will be up in a week or two. Transparent Supplements, Pato Performance, my training space. Check it out. And thank you for listening.